Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So a quick post-fight review for Sergey Lipinets versus Custio Clayton. I have to say, I actually really enjoyed this fight. To be fair, this whole card by Showtime and the PBC was a really fun card. It was a free fight card and in my opinion, every single fight was entertaining. I actually really enjoyed this card and, the main event was a really good fight. Ended in a draw and quite frankly, I'm not really surprised. Obviously, originally, Sergey Lipinets was supposed to fight Quadratilo Abdukakarov. Abdukakarov pulled out due to visa issues, I believe, and in came Custio Clayton as a replacement. Now in my previous stream, a couple of people were mentioning this fight and Custio Clayton, and I was saying that Clayton was a really good replacement for Abdukakarov. In fact, in the prediction league that I'm in, I actually picked Custio Clayton by a majority decision. I felt he had a really good chance going into this fight. Essentially this fight was a tale of two styles. The pressure fighter in Sergey Lipinets, the guy coming forwards, throwing body shots, looking to land big power shots, and you had Custio Clayton, the boxer, who was moving, using his jab, keeping range, and throwing sharp counters. In my opinion, this was a fairly close fight, but I think if anybody won it, I would say Custio Clayton did enough to win the decision. But, a draw is not really the worst result in the world. I could conceivably see 6 rounds in which you could give to Sergey Lipinets. So a draw's not the worst result in the world. There were several close rounds in this fight, and some of these rounds were down to what you liked more. The pressure or the accurate boxing of Clayton. I just felt Clayton did enough to win this fight. Mind you, I picked him going in, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but I thought he boxed quite well. He maintained range pretty well at times with that jab, scoring with that shot fairly regularly, and his right-hand counter, both the straight right hand and the right uppercut, was landing quite regularly on Sergey Lipinets as Lipinets was coming forwards. I would certainly say Clayton landed the more eye-catching shots, but Lipinets himself was actually landing some good body work. He actually had Clayton on the ropes and in the corner on a fair few occurrences, and in those moments, Lipinets got some good work done. So don't get it twisted, Lipinets was also having some success in this fight. But yeah, ultimately I just felt Clayton did just about enough to win this fight. The thing is with Clayton, when he actually put his shots together and kind of held his feet, he was landing some really good shots on Sergey Lipinets. Maybe Clayton should have been a little more aggressive in spots, because when he did set his feet and throw combinations, he was landing some really good work on Sergey Lipinets, but for the most part, he was backpedaling for the majority of this fight, and Lipinets never really stopped coming forward, so you can see where judges might say that Lipinets' aggression was effective at times. It was one of those fights in my opinion. Close fight, a competitive fight, both guys had their moments. Me personally, I just felt that Clayton did just about enough. But yeah, it was a really good fight for the IBF interim welterweight title and it ended in a draw. Hopefully we can see a rematch because that first fight was pretty good, man. It was a pretty good fight, so I'd like to see it again personally. I really would. And I've got to say, with a full training camp, I would actually back Custio Clayton to beat Sergey Lipinets. On the flip side though, Lipinets, he was training for Abdukakarov and he ended up with Custio Clayton, so he himself, was at certain disadvantage in this fight. But if both guys had a full training camp, I would favour Custio Clayton to win a rematch. But yeah, overall, I actually really enjoyed this fight, and as a whole, I felt this card was very good, to be honest. The Subriel Matias fight against Malik Hawkins, that was a fun fight. You had Xavier Martinez versus Claudio Marrero, that was a good fight. And obviously the main event between Sergey Lipinets and Custio Clayton was also an interesting fight. So yeah, I enjoyed this card by the PBC. Well matched fights, all competitive, some good moments, good card in general. Anyway, share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Delboy, peace.